Welcome to the masterclass on book marketing. So in this video, we are going to start out by shifting your beliefs about what book marketing is. Because I promise if you're resisting it, if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's because there's a little misunderstanding about what is at the core of book marketing. Because the reason we buy books is the reason we love books, the reason we read books. And so when you have this core fundamental understanding, everything gets so much more intuitive. Then after we get to the core of what book marketing really is, then we're going to break it down into practical application. So we're going to take our new core definition of book marketing and we are going to apply it to email marketing, to ads, to PR, to events, to social media. And something amazing is going to happen. It's going to be fun because it's going to resonate with the core of your personality and the core of the reason you purchase books, you read books, you love books, and you write books. So without further ado, let's get into it. I coach authors on book marketing. Two things come up. First, I don't want to have to make people buy stuff from me. Or isn't marketing about pain points? What pain point does my novel solve? And so the reason we have those particular kinds of resistances and resistance in general is because at the core, the reason we buy books, the reasons we read books is to feel, to learn, and to understand. And so that, of course, is the most successful kind of book marketing. You don't want to think about it as I want to get somebody to do something. The core definition of book marketing is connecting with people and offering them something they are going to love, which is a little different than the way you market things that are practical. Book marketing is more like travel marketing. Somebody is ready for an experience, and then you want to make sure that you have positioned yourself in a way that they know they have a ton in common with you. If they're like this, they're going to love this book. If they want to feel fear, thrills, terror, then they're going to love this book, which will give them this experience and this emotion. If they want to be swept away and feel romance, then they're going to love this kind of book. And so at its core, book marketing is not about pain points. It's not about solving problems. It's more like travel marketing. It's really bringing people into an experience that they want to feel. They want to lift off. And so this is why, and even publishers say this, it is easiest for the author to market the book themselves. Because if you have put all the care and love and craft and imagination into creating an experience that will resonate with a certain community at a certain level, there is no better person to reach out and connect with those people through marketing. And that's why we're going to get into these 5 different ways. Once you understand the emotions that your people want to feel, you understand what they chat about, you understand how they think and what they like, then you're going to be able to apply that to email, social media, events, PR, and I'm forgetting one. That's why I have my notes. Ads and ads. Even at the beginning, even when the numbers are small, you start to get that positive juice, that connection juice, friendships, conversations about the book, community. And when you can really get a handle on community, then that really starts to dissolve the fear around marketing and the fear around writing. A lot of the fear comes up when you feel alone, when you don't have anybody to talk to collaborate with, to have something in common with. And the fact is that relieving that pain is exactly how marketing starts. It's connecting with like-minded like-minded people and sharing the things that you're really interested in. And so one of the best ways to do this is to begin with social media. This throughout my business, my first social media platform was my Facebook group, the Writer's Block. I will link it below. And when I started that Writer's Block group, I had fun posts. I like to do a little design. I like asking questions more than anything. Asking questions in social media is the best way to start conversations and the best way to get people to know you, to get people to pay attention to you, and then to get that algorithm on your side. Nothing works as well as asking questions and gaining lots of comments. And so sometimes with social media, if people say, I hate social media, it's probably because it feels like they're forcing themselves to do something, to have a conversation they would rather avoid. And this is where authenticity can really come into it. If you love books, you love writing, you don't need to start with a question like, will you buy my book right now? Here's the link. That does turn people off and it doesn't work. You want to start with questions like, what are you reading right now? Why do you love to write? Why do you love to read? Why is this important to you? What are your favorite movies? Just any questions that you would start in a conversation with a friend. That's a great way to meet people on social media. And I'm not saying that everybody should start a Facebook group. The best thing to do is find your own context where you feel a sense of community. Try out different things: YouTube, Substack, Instagram, Pinterest. Wherever you have kind of a natural vibe and a natural longing to go to those places, go there. Since then, I have started a YouTube channel. Obviously, because I watch YouTube like crazy. I don't really listen to podcasts. I don't really understand the podcast ecosystem. I understand the YouTube ecosystem. I love it. I create some community here as well. So the key to social media, at least it has been for me, is find a place where you feel as if you're in your context and you have a sense of community. Start by creating a core group of followers who answer your questions, comment, and love what you're up to. Meet those people, understand those people, have conversations with those people. And then when you get onto social media, you're going to feel like you're going for coffee with friends. You're talking to people you know. You're talking to people you understand. And that starts to break down the fear. And it also makes social media one of the easiest places to get started because it's so easy not to build a following, but to build a sense of community. Social media was also the place where it was easiest to grow my email list. And so growing your email list is not easy, but to quote a league of their own, what makes it hard is what makes it great. Because the fact that organically growing your email list on social media isn't easy at first. It takes multiple tries. It takes a lot of testing, a lot of outreach, a lot of experimentation. All of those things are why nobody does it and why you are at an enormous advantage if you do it. And I will say one thing is it's not more difficult than writing a book. I promise that. So when you're getting started with your email list, you're offering up free, fun material, short stories, insider's guides to publishing, whatever it is that your knowledge of your particular people in your particular social media, what do you think they're going to be interested in? Once you gather that, you give that out in exchange for an email. And once that gets started, then you're going to know how to move forward with, let's say, ads. One thing that I will definitely say has been true in my experience. If it works well for free on social media, then it's going to work well with ads. If you can't give it to people for free, don't put ad money behind it. And so social media, because so many social media sites have easy access to inexpensive ads, even though it is hard, once you get something to work, once you get something going, that can be kind of your headliner. And then you can apply ads within that social media context to what you're selling. And you can start small. You can start small and targeted. One of my favorite places to run ads is Instagram. If something takes off, if I notice that one of my posts on Instagram is doing well, then I will try to tag it to a free offer, and then I can use it as an ad. So you can see we kind of did 3-in-1 there. We've got social media, email list, and ads. And as an author, once you build your email list, you get to decide how often you want to put it out there. If people are interested in the kind of books you write and the kind of things you're interested in, you don't need to do a weekly email like I do. You can also do a monthly update. You can do grab bags of things you enjoy. So you define the terms of your own email list. The final thing I'm going to say about email lists is the reason it is so helpful is that once you get some traction, it starts small, it's not easy, but once you get some traction, not only are you going to have that ready traffic for any marketing campaign you do, but also you can do email list swaps. So authors that are really good at email lists, they love to swap their email list with other authors. And that's where you start to get to exponential growth in book sales and also email list growth. Because if I have a large email list and you have a large email list, and then we have a large email list together, then that contributes to the growth and sales of your book. So I started to mention ads, book ads. When you test something on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever your context is, once you test it out and you start to see what people really enjoy, you start to get that organic taste for where the traffic is going. Well, then that's a great idea to either make a freebie around that concept for your audience, or also you can turn it into an ad. So if a particular book promotion works in your organic traffic, try it as an ad, but don't only do ads for books. Ads for books can be very successful, and they can really work. They can gain community, and then they can also gain book sales. But if you want to take it down a notch, it's also really profitable to be able to do ads for your email list alone. Those have been some of my most profitable ads. They haven't gone straight to my book, but they have gone to my email list, which is worth multiple books over time. Next, let's talk events. Events are so much fun because they lead to a sense of celebration and accomplishment in your core community. Some of the key people who are going to talk about and purchase your book are actually in your area, because right away you have that in common, and they can be a powerful snowball in getting the word out to others because they care, because they have this personal connection. So when you have events, first of all, it's great for the brain chemistry of the thing, because so often when we finish a book, we can feel like we're clinking a champagne glass with ourselves. Often I've gotten messages from people who tell me, well, I finished. I'm alone in my office. What do I do now? It's this huge momentous moment in my life when I finished a book, and how do I celebrate it? Celebrate it with an event. When you have an event, you feel great about it. It has personal, exciting, emotion-filled press around what you've done, even if it's in your local bookstore, even if it's in your local church, wherever you feel a sense of community, start there. People will talk about the event they went to. People will talk about your book, and people will see you as an author. You will see yourself as an author, which is so great for the mindset. And then if you have the event, you sell a few books, you get yourself out there, then you want to go back to social media, and whatever your favorite social media place was, share the photos, talk about the event, get the ball rolling from there. You'll have social media material for weeks and weeks and weeks to come. And so I definitely recommend events. After events, you can also add PR. PR does not need to happen so much before the book as after the book. This is where you can submit articles to blogs. You can pitch your book to podcasts, pitch your message, and then do cooperative social media, even going on other people's lives on Instagram, Facebook, wherever they go live. All of this is under the umbrella of PR. And the social media is closer at hand, and it's often more effective too. And once again, much like with email lists, as you build your social media, you can start to connect with more people on social media, and it does get a little easier. This is all a part of the snowball effect. And so don't think of PR as just TV and magazines. It's not anymore. Social media, podcasts, especially the different mediums that you listen to, blogs, if you read blogs, pitch yourself to blogs. And then always, 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 any chance to talk about your story is a good chance. You can practice the way you talk about your book. You can see what resonates with other audiences. And so perhaps that's the biggest advantage of PR, is that it helps you to expand. So once you get a handle on kind of this new view of marketing, it's not about a pain point. It's not about getting people to buy something. It's about connecting with people, with the community that you already have a lot in common with. And you also have these 5 different ways to do it. 5 options to dig into. We've got ads, we've got social media, we've got PR, we've got events, and we've got your email list. So hopefully this will give you confidence to get started. And right down below, I have a worksheet that's going to help you dig into the details with more tips, prompts, and other resources in order for you to get started. Have fun marketing. So much love.